This is our lesson plan project. Our lesson plan covered some 5th grade math standards of reading, writing, and comparing decimals, and we also wanted them to practice mastery on some technology standards. To begin our lesson, we opened up Wordle and asked the students what were some words that came to mind when we said comparing decimals, and we typed them in, and these are some of the word clouds that they created. We used Nearpod.com to create a presentation that was then interactive to keep our students engaged and motivated. We were able to show the presentation on the smartboard, and then push it out to our student tablets and computers. Throughout the presentations, there were many little assessments that the students were able to do to check their understanding, as well as the end, we asked the students to self-assess how they felt about comparing decimals. We used all of this to decide which students needed to go where, and we used the following websites for them to continue practice, as well as if the students were completely lost, they were able to work with a teacher and use manipulatives. The students then demonstrated their understanding in our second class session using media forms. We encouraged them to use Prezi.com or Padlet because these were tools that we had used a little bit in the past. This is one example of one of our Prezi presentations that some ladies did. And then here's an example of a Padlet that some gentlemen did in our class to teach how to compare decimals. Two of the other Web 1.0 tools that we let the students use is, one was a smart recorder. We used this because we had a school license, and our tech person was completely overwhelmed and was not able to download the updates that we needed to use Screencast-O-Matic or Jing. And also we used a QR creator. We used QRstuff.com for the students to be able to create a QR code so that they were able to share this on our website as well as our newsletters. We assessed the student understanding from their presentations. Before they created their presentations, though, they were given this rubric so that they would know what was expected to show that they had met the math and technology standards. We had a couple challenges overall. Before we were even able to implement this lesson, we realized that we had to download Firefox because Nearpod was not compatible with Internet Explorer we had on our tablets. Some challenges during our implementation, our wireless connection was not as reliable as we had hoped. Sometimes it was slow and it would not even connect. So the students that were on the tablets that did not work, we were able to have them get on a desktop computer so they were able to continue with the presentation with us. That allowed all the students to have able access to technology. This also was completed during class sessions, so that way students had access to technology as well. Because the nature of our positions, we only see the students for 45 minutes once a week, and so we allowed 2 sessions for this lesson plan. We realized that that was not enough for a lot of the students to fully complete their presentation or add voice to it. So if we were to do this in the future, we would definitely allow more time. One way we would also address the time constraint concerns is to invite extra support into our classrooms. We would invite parents to come in and help, as well as the middle school students, because our school neighbors a middle school in the county. We would also like to partner with classroom teachers to allow students who had not finished their screencast to be able to complete this in our labs, but during their classroom time, maybe when they finish their work or during morning work time. Overall, it was a total success. Our students really enjoyed it. Here are some of the tools that we used. Here's Wordle that we used to introduce the concept and get the students prior knowledge. This is our Nearpod presentation that we use with the students. This is one of the slides that shows one of the mini assessments that we pushed out to the students. And then here are some other slides that we pushed out to them to use for practice. This is an example of a Padlet created by 2 of the boys in our class. They used it just to demonstrate to other students how to read, write, and compare decimals. Here is also a screencast that our students completed. I'm going to get to it really quickly. They created this and were able to complete it, put voice to it, and they really had a great time. And so the girls went through and just explained how to read, write, and compare decimals. And then finally, once they had finished their screencast, our students were then allowed to go to QRstuff.com to create their QR code to post on our website.